Hello and welcome back to our New World Order series in Crusader Kings 2 with the HIP mod. In the last episode we finished revoking the county of Hessen from our claimant to this duchy over here, and we are now up to 3 out of 9 on our domain size, and we're in the process of fighting this guy, and we'll then be able to revoke his county as well, which will bring it up further. Also in this war with our daughter-in-law, the Duchess of Milan, which we are not paying attention to. I think she's winning though, so good for her. She has our moral support, if not our actual support. We have a new pope. Okay. Ooh, and we have some troops on the way over here. Presumably an ally of somebody in one of these wars. It's this one. I guess we'll fight that army. We have a spare 4,000 troops doing nothing over here. Oh, actually, that war is at 99%, so it's probably going to be over before we can even engage that army. Well, we can clap the leader in irons, but in fact we're already at 100%. Maybe we'll just clap him in irons anyway. And see if we can ransom him for some amount of money. No. Wait, we're offering to ransom this person instead. Let me have a look here. Want to ransom you? You can't. Okay, that's fine. We'll just end the war. And actually, we wouldn't have wanted to ransom him now that I think about it, because then we wouldn't have been able to revoke his title, I think. He is a traitor. No one will object. Thank you. So, 4 out of 9. And I think I'm just going to disband my troops now rather than try to find that army, since it's at 99%. It's basically over. Duchess of Milan won. Not sure what she gained out of that. Was it this county? I think it was. Bobbio? Bobbia? Can't quite read that. Okay. Well, good for her. So, we are now at peace. We have the decision to hold a grand tournament available, but I think I'd rather just not spend 200 gold on that. What else can we do now that we are at peace, though? Oh, we should go on a pilgrimage, probably. Since we do have the theology focus. Let's go seek God's grace at one of the holy places of Christianity, and gain 20 piety. My prisoner, who is a Dehoutful, is complaining about her dark cell in the dungeon. Well, we'll let her rot, but also see if we can ransom any of these people. Actually, we can just click the ransom all prisoners button. Sure hope I wasn't keeping any of them in prison for any important reasons. There are a number of different holy places that you could visit on your pilgrimage. All of them are considered most sacred by the Holy Church, but a somewhat closer destination might mean a safer journey. Not too concerned about a safer journey. We have a high diplomacy heir lined up. Speaking of heirs, actually, our grandson is almost of age. We're educating him ourselves. Alright, we're Midas touched, so we don't need to worry about his education. Him being Midas touched is fine. So let's go and visit one of the ancient sites, Jerusalem or Rome. And it may be more dangerous venturing into Muslim territory, but we'll go to the Holy Land, why not? Ooh, Georgia's having a bit of a revolt over here. My things are packed, everything is in order. At the end of my journey, the Holy Land awaits. So my son is my regent, that's fine. They said this was a lawless stretch of road, but you still feel rather unlucky to be in this situation. The robbers are many and armed, and they demand that you pay a toll before you're allowed to pass. Okay, I guess we have no option but to pay up. Fair enough. As you pass through a small village along the pilgrim's path, an old woman comes up to you. She has recognized you as a pilgrim and explains that her daughter and her family live close to your destination. They are suffering hard times, and she asks you to bring them a large purse of money. We can say that we will help, and add an additional 10 gold and become charitable, which we are not already. We are actually greedy, in fact, so that would be a gain of +3 diplomacy. Or we could lie and keep the money, gain 10 gold. Let's become charitable, I think that's fine. Not that we really need to increase our diplomacy, we don't have any vassal problems, but it's okay. And our grandson did come of age, and unfortunately only became a fortune builder, so could be better there. Still, 19 stewardship is pretty good. During the last couple of days, you have made company on the road with a holy knight on his way to the same destination. You have lively and interesting conversations, and you find that you have many things in common. Yeah, let's make a new friend. This guy from the Knights Hospitaller. You have usurped some kind of temple, okay. I guess we lost our ambition to amass wealth, since I'm assuming because we were no longer greedy. I don't think we're too likely to gain 1,000 piety. Maybe there are piety improving events available in Theology Focus, apart from the pilgrimage, of course. Yeah, let's go ahead and take it. We're more likely to fulfill the ambition to win a war, but that's fine too. You have finally arrived at Jerusalem. Passing by the Mount of Olives, you enter through the city gate, and are immediately overcome by a feeling of having made a truly epic journey. The city is filled with people of all creeds and colors, the air heavy with smells of strange spices and foreign plants. You make your way through the throng of people and animals, excited by the knowledge that you are now close to the Via Dolorosa and the other holy places. You plan to visit the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem, but first of all, you need to find some place to stay. After all, you wouldn't want to be forced to sleep in a stable, would you? Ha ha. Oh, Jerusalem. The saints, this holy ground, how it all moves my soul. I realize now that all my life up to this point has only been a preparation for this journey. I wonder is that the light of the Lord truly shines in me, a poor sinner. From now on, I will always do his work, so we become zealous. Okay. You think that it is most unfortunate that I happen to hold a title that should be yours. I'm assuming this is this other duchy down here, which we hold, and he is this guy, yeah. Well, we're going to keep that, and in fact, maybe try to revoke his title later, so... Oh dear, I don't feel too well, something is wrong with me, so we become ill. Did we? We did, okay. I need help with a delicate private matter I don't want the Chancellor to take care of. There are those who think me undiplomatic, and I fear they are right. Now, I really need to be diplomatic, or the woman blackmailing me might spread her lies with me being unable to do anything about it. So we can ask High Chief Keko to help, or we can not ask him and become stressed, maybe. Oh sure, we'll ask him to help. When I introduced my friend to Markward, I had high hopes. I hope they would become fast friends, so we could spend some time together, the three of us. Okay. You finally returned from your pilgrimage. It was a rewarding and interesting journey, and you'd do it all again if you could. Still, it's good to be back home. So we gain 30 piety and the trait Pilgrim. Alright. Regency has ended, we're back in power. Perhaps not for long, since we might die at any moment. So... it's hard being a good Catholic these days, but my friend truly shocked me when I realized we did not share the same religion. This is, of course, our friend up in... up here in, I guess, Finland. He is a heretic, so we can try and convert him to the one through true faith. We can say, who cares about religion anyway, lose 10 piety, which would go against our ambition, I guess. Or we should probably learn more about his religion, which I don't know if that would potentially result in us converting. What would happen if we converted to Winesusko, right in the middle of Catholic Europe here? I don't think we would convert. Let's do this anyway. Increase his opinion. I explained the situation for the High Chief carefully, not wanting him to know too much about the situation, but the fear of the lunatic woman spreading malicious rumors made me quite talkative. And I may have told the High Chief too much. It was for the best, though. High Chief Keko agreed to help me, but wanted to be reimbursed in case something would happen. We can say no and annoy him, or we can give him 16 gold. Sure, we'll give him 16 gold. That's fine, I guess. So, as I was saying, we do probably want to go and revoke some more counties, and I think we should probably focus on our capital duchy first, which is this one here, Thuringia. And then, since we hold this duchy down here too, which is Ostfranken, we can work on that one next. So let's go ahead. We should be able to plot to revoke any of these. Nassau, for example. And I think we can just go ahead and issue that decision right now. We shouldn't have any trouble beating him. Maybe he'll just give it up without a fight. No, war it is. Okay, he had this county as well. That's fine. I can probably just use my own domain troops, actually. On the other hand, they're sort of depleted right now, so we can probably just as well use troops of a couple of vassals here. Maybe not the best idea to use troops raised from my most powerful vassals when they'll become annoyed. You are not getting the duchy title either. Unfortunately, we aren't diplomatic enough to refuse him diplomatically, I guess, but that's fine. So let's just go and fight his armies. We outnumber him substantially. And our granddaughter needs educating. Our strong genius granddaughter. I'm kind of tempted to switch to elective with our next character so we can have her in power instead of my actual other grandson who is currently in line. He's actually a pretty good character himself, but he's not a strong genius. Anyway. You need educating. Let's do it ourselves, just in case that does end up happening. She is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship. Already 15 martial at the age of 6. That is ridiculous. Today, my son Ulrich asked me for a fief of his own to govern. Well, Ulrich, I'm very sorry, but no. Oh my god, this battle is going terribly. I wasn't even paying attention. We could actually lose this. Let's raise the local troops from here to reinforce. Raise my troops from here too. I don't know if they'll get there in time. Hopefully they'll hold out long enough. Doesn't look like they will, actually. Well, that was bad. Fortunately, these 2,000 should have not too much trouble against the remaining 500. Well, I would hope so. They're very low on morale. It should be fine. A son was born to my heir. Okay. Let's send you in as well, just in case. Okay, you can go here, and you go down here. We'll siege both his counties simultaneously. The population of wolves in Hessen has grown to such size that their attacks on livestock, once rare, have increased in number and are damaging the local economy. That is bad to hear. So for 3 years or so, we get lower tax and longer build times. Okay. That's not the worst thing that ever happened. So, the leader of Godfrey's host is calling me to arms. Who is this guy? Why are we allied with him? Godfrey's half-sister, Avelina's father-in-law. Is that a close enough relation for us to be allied? I guess so. Sure, let's help him. Why not? Okay, we won that battle too. And the Duchess of Milan here is calling us to arms again. Now the Duchess of Piedmont. Also, she has a new duchy since we last looked. Sure, we'll accept. Against Venice. Could be scary. Oh, now we're in a war with a lot of people. If I'd known this many people were involved, I might have declined that. Let's go ahead and raise the rest of our troops. Just in case. And not you. Let's come over here for the moment. We'll finish our revocation first before we go and do anything else. The clergy is not satisfied with collecting a tithe from all free peasants. They demand the right to collect an extra tithe. A tithe is a tenth of the peasant's harvest, or a tenth of the craftsman's production. If the priests were allowed to collect another tithe, it would double the taxes and thus make the peasants protest wildly. Yeah, I think we can afford to annoy the Pope and not get extra revolt risk. This gives us extra tax as well. Now we'll just annoy the Pope, it's fine. Probably. Okay, so that war ended inconclusively. That's fine. We have been called in by the King of Poland, though, against a High Chiefess, which we will accept, why not? Let's see what this guy is actually up to. He's... oh, not this one, the host invasion. So he is attacking the conquest of Bessarabia over here, I see. How is he doing? No sign of any enemy army. He's got about 1,500 troops, it looks like, and you have 3,500, so it doesn't look like he's likely to win that without our help. Unless he has more troops than it seems, no. Oh, now suddenly Holland is on our side in some war. I guess this is the Poland War, probably? Yep. Now our vassal Duke here is declaring war against the Queen of Bohemia. Somebody's claim on something or other. This county, I guess. Alright. I mean, I kind of would like to help out this host invasion guy, but I don't really want to march an army all the way over there, so I probably won't. Need to get our grandson a new educator. I guess we'll give him to somebody for opinion. We don't really need to. I think everyone's happy enough, or at least the dukes are. Let's just try and make him a good martial character, since he's already strong. Give him to this guy. Be useful to us as a general. And also our granddaughter. Doesn't have any special traits, really, so we'll, I suppose, just use her for opinion. I think that was actually one of the people whose titles I'm planning to revoke, so maybe that wasn't the smartest person to give her to. Ooh, and we have a battle over here. Looks like Poland might lose that one. And they did. Ooh, and who are these? Wendland is in on the enemy side, I see. Okay, the enemy is nowhere to be found. Let's just leave them all be, I guess. Oh, and this guy is now in, I'm assuming, not this war? Which war is he in? Come on now. We're in so many wars. He's not in any of these wars? What is going on here? Oh, I see. He is trying to subjugate the Count while he's revolting against me. Well, that's not good. Fortunately, we have our armies parked in the target county, so he shouldn't be able to get any war score towards that. And we should be able to end our war first. Let's actually take... how about this many troops up here? Not sure how strong he is, but we want to be able to hold off an army in either location, if at all possible. And ideally, we'd just like to end this war as quickly as we can to make absolutely sure we're not going to lose a county to him. Because we could potentially lose a battle and then he could get a siege going and it'd be bad. And now we have 7,000 troops up here, which could take out one of my armies if they decide to head in this direction. Alright. Well, we're out of time for this episode, so we're going to have to continue with all of these various shenanigans in the next one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.